to my channel, Coin Lady, and thank you for returning. Someone is interested in taking a go at understanding why XRP is outperforming USDT and Bitcoin and crypto in terms of volume on Bitstamp. Bitstamp is in the ODL corridor, as Lou pointed out. A lot of individuals are trying to position themselves for XRP to take off, even Bitcoin maxis are starting to shift towards XRP. As a result, I see XRP doing more volume on other exchanges than Bitcoin all the time. Making sure they make that money is their top priority. Everyone is aware that XRP is going to experience a tremendous surge in value. It will be announced by Ripple's that the payments platform is now available in more than 80 countries shortly. Inside, you'll see Ripple Rail that goes from country to country. You had better be holding XRP when it goes live on all those rails, and that day is absolutely coming. I have completed the mission. Revolut's long-awaited UK banking license has been granted. The most valued European fintech recently revealed that it had received conditional approval from the Prudential Regulation Authority. Customers will continue to use Revolut's Financial Conduct Authority-approved e-money entity until the complete UK bank launches, as the total amount of customer deposits cannot exceed £50,000. Revolut's next chapter and journey in the UK starts today. It was brought to my attention earlier today by Stixay73 that Revolut is also a Ripple partner. You can expect this to develop and flourish, adding value annually. It's also likely that they will incorporate RippleNet and XRP. The sole motivation for Trump's endorsement of Bitcoin, according to Peter Schiff, is to attract financial and electoral support from the cryptocurrency industry. No coiners will abandon him because he backs Bitcoin, he says. Therefore, it's politically obvious that Bitcoin will not be maintained as a reserve asset. Also, I mentioned that I've been stating this from the beginning. Because of his friendship with Larry Fink, Trump is aware of what BlackRock knows, and he prefers US dollars over Bitcoin. A utility-based crypto strategy is BlackRock's focus. Additionally, XRP can aid Trump's agenda by bolstering the US currency through on-demand liquidity, inexpensive and secure transfers, and speed. For the dollar, this is the crux of the matter. Funds are Trump's favorite. Bitcoin will never be the same again, no matter what he says. The government has no plans to designate Bitcoin as a reserve asset. This happens to me daily. That will just not transpire. The president is familiar with Ripple and XRP, though. Do you recall those 2018 meetings? The Bank of Canada released a report on the function of public funds in the digital era, stating that a CBDC was necessary. You were anticipating this. A compelling argument is made. It singles out three developments that pose a danger to the existing monetary system: the digitalization of iodization, a decrease in cash transactions, and a surge in interest in cryptocurrency and stable currencies. Somewhat surprisingly, neither banks nor merchants in Canada are obligated to distribute or accept cash. They are also concerned that individuals would accept CBD from other countries rather than the Canadian CBD. They will always find an excuse to justify their need for a CBDC, but eventually you will go past that. Am I fond of? I have always informed you about CBDC. Innovation is fantastic. The correct people holding it by accident. The system enslaves you. The USDT scarcely has coined since its inception, although it is backed by gold. Not long ago. The assertion of a very beneficial and creative combination for users who wish to engage in digital transactions, payments, and remittances isn't enough, they argue. The data don't end there. With the money that everyone is familiar with, the US dollar. Only $34 worth of tea has changed hands in the past 24 hours, according to CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. Keep in mind that everyone was under the impression that the gold-backed Tether was going to take off straight away while they were discussing it. Additionally, this will just not transpire. It seems like Tether is losing its credibility. The truth is that they are aware it has no foundation. Unrealized losses with the US Federal Reserve hit $1 trillion. If you had $1 trillion, how would you spend it? You must be aware that those losses are occurring continuously. Also, are you going to sit tight till the story of the Federal Reserve's collapse comes out? No matter what you do, the liquidity issue will persist. It is simply experiencing a delay. To resolve that enormous liquidity crunch, XRP will be required in due time. In addition, it has come to light that the UN is launching its own digital money to supplant the US dollar. Coincidentally, the World Bank, a subsidiary of the United Nations, has already approved XRP and XLM as part of the future monetary system. Pay attention to this, as a justification that no nation can handle the issue on its own, the United Nations has pointed to climate change. It will require a concerted effort by a single significant national government. Thus, the concept of a unified global government has been promoted by them. There's a darker side to this that I brought up in conversation, and it turns out it hasn't made it into the mainstream media. However, the UN has developed its own digital currency and intends to use it in place of the dollar in international transactions. Why? Because the sanctions imposed on Russia have utterly crippled the global economy. As for the next global money, I'm considering ripples, a new stable coin, or the actual US dollar. XRP, a bridge currency, will be necessary regardless of the outcome of this. In addition, they will make use of XLM. That being said, it is all a part of the grand reset idea: one global government, one global currency, and one global citizen. CBDC is being pushed by breaking Wall Street shale. That isn't really news, though. Listen to Elizabeth Warren as she explains her plan to have the Federal Reserve manage stable coins and cryptocurrencies. Therefore, in principle, the benefits of crypto without the hazards may be offered by a digital currency that is issued and backed by a central bank. A safe, stable, and universally accepted digital currency may be made available to the public by the reliable Federal Reserve. To rephrase, I will never support a candidate who believes maintaining the federal round is sensible. They desire that CBDC once more. At least in this country. For a long time now, it has been quietly developed as everyone else was preoccupied with other matters. In my opinion, it begins in 2018. I believe that was the initial time they began developing it. In my opinion, it was taking place in private. That is, even during Trump's tenure and meetings with Ripple. It seems that the US digital currency was already the intended destination. In the aftermath of immense communal pressure, Maryland Senator Roger Marshall has decided not to endorse Senate Bill 669, which would ban cryptocurrencies. To our community, this is an enormous triumph. Very seldom does a senator withdraw support for their own bill. Senator Elizabeth Warren cannot claim support from both parties because there is just one Republican left. Lindsey Graham, I am going to stand up now. No politician should support this measure. Politicians in this situation should at least cooperate on crypto regulations. Thus, cryptocurrency is well positioned for future growth in the US. So long as the US debt clock remains ticking, innovation will continue. Just try to picture life before the Federal Reserve and the new US dollar. In my opinion, that was fantastic. With that, you spot some shiny metals. We require that, though. People would start rebuilding this country if they weren't taxed at every turn. If the Federal Reserve and the Internal Revenue Service were abolished, things would change. People would renovate their homes and put the money they made back into the housing market. On top of that, American real estate would be outstanding. Beyond that, people would be spending money at the moment if they weren't taxed to death. Instead, they're just miserable. Along the way, the Federal Reserve has been ripping us off. Borrowing money will become next to impossible if more banks fail. Get your gold and cash on hand, since the middle class is about to disappear just like you. The long-term solution to the worldwide liquidity dilemma has always been XRP. They have been warning you this whole time that more regional bank collapses in the US are on the horizon, so you should probably get caught up. Bye for now, and please subscribe and like my channel.